There's a couple other side quests that are here as well, so if we happen to run across those,
me and I'll take
all the better.
you to places you've never been.
Isabella, are you talking to Bianca?
I think she deserves to feel a woman's touch on her trigger, don't you?
Bianca responds to my touch. She'd never give it up for you.
That's what they always say, and I always prove them wrong.
Stop it. You're confusing her. And me.
Aw, Varric, are you feeling jealous? Okay, yep, we got 2 quests here, and they look like they're over this route here. I always get turned around in the Wounded Coast, so we'll see. Yeah. Some more crafting materials. Random loot.
I don't like the looks of this.
So each time we clear out an area of some enemies, we're going to light up a signal fire that's going to tell Aveline that she can bring Donic by this area without needing to worry about running into any hostiles. Aww. I always feel bad when I have to attack hostile Mavari, because they always make those really pathetic howling sounds. It's not their fault. This is what they're trained to do. And we got a chest for our trouble, although nothing really in it.
So this route's pretty quiet?
Yes, and it's a real nice night for an evening.
As you say, Captain.
Yes, as I say.
Make her, she's bad at this.
This is going to take a while. Nothing over there on that little spur. Up to the next checkpoint. There we go.
They guide you. Watch your step.
Ah, disarm.
That should do it.
Thank you. Oops. Thank you, Fenris.
Get back!
All right. And another chest or crate. Please, more than torn trousers. Okay, a longbow. Probably not as good as what we have, but anyway.
If it isn't done right, the blade can be too soft. Quenching the steel is a vital step that can make or break a sword.
Right.
A blade for every purpose. What do you think about blades?
I'm sorry, Captain. I drifted off a bit.
Right, of course.
Painful.
Oh, it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Okay, we need to go that way. Get this crate here really quick. Pile of bones. Yeah, nothing. I think this is the last one up ahead.
Try to leave the pretty one alive.
Oh, these slavers. Yeah. Oh, more behind us. Oh, and on the other side.
Try to leave the pretty ones alive!
Okay. Get some from the mage. That's just some money. Alright, finally. Let's see if anything has gotten better between these two.
Well, guardsman, good patrol. I think we're done, and Hawke, what a surprise. What are you doing here?
Aveline.
Hawke, don't.
I think you'll come around once it's all out in the open.
Would someone please tell me what's going on?
You're a daft couple of... Oh, take a hint and bend her over a basin, will you?
Captain? I should get back to the barracks.
I thought we were friends.
Friends sometimes push.
I have to fix this. He'll file a complaint, ask for a transfer. You're coming to the barracks to explain why you put him on the spot. Double time, Hawke, or so help me.
Aveline, you kind of brought this on yourself. Alright, since we're here, go ahead and find out what happened to the lost Qunari patrol. It's been a while since we got this side quest, although it's a really small one. You can see here, these are the dead Qunari from the patrol. The Qunari actually asked whether Hawke had dispatched them for some reason, since she now has a reputation among the Qunari. But in this case, it looks like it was Shades that did them in. Let's see. Oops. That's not the way we want to go. At least not if we want to get out of this place. Yeah. Probably best for me to just backtrack. Otherwise, I'm going to pick a direction and end up just at a dead end, with my luck. Dun, 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 dun. I love having Aveline in my party for this quest because of all of her retorts that she has towards what Aveline is going through. Although, if you have other companions, they'll speak up as well. There's a certain priority as to who speaks, given who's in the party. Isabel will always be the one speaking if she's in there, but if you take her out, then someone else will start making comments. Varric's another good one to comment on what's going on as well. Alright, back to the barracks we go.
Good day, sir.
Hopefully Donnick's not too miffed about what happened.
Maker. Where is Donnick? I have to head this off before it goes to the Viscount. Maybe a formal apology. Something that shows the guards they can still trust me.
You're their captain, not a golem. They expect you to have feelings.
Not if they get in the way of the job.
You don't know that.
I won't be that stupid again.
My apologies, Sir Hawke, but I need a moment with the captain.
Guardsman Donnick.
Please.
Sounds like that went as well as can be expected.
Aveline.
Guardsman Donnick did not file a complaint. This was all incredibly stupid, and you made it wonderful.
I think you can safely claim both halves of that pair.
You're sweet. I knew asking you was the right thing.
Let's not make a habit of it.
There's no way I can ever repay you. Perhaps it's simple. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you something? Was there a moment when you thought I was beyond help?
Don't ruin the moment. It was hard work getting here.
All right, fair enough. Shout when you need me, Hawke. I'll always be here for you. Just knock first.
So yes, oh man, I was so giddy when I first played through this quest. I can see how some people might think it's a bit juvenile, but I think that's the whole point. One of the things that I really like about how BioWare writes their characters is that they are very multifaceted. They have very different angles to them, and not all of them are always expected. So the fact that Aveline is this huge, strong warrior type, it's nice that she doesn't just become a one-dimensional archetype, and that she has these moments of weakness. I think it really rounds out the characters, and that happens in several BioWare games, not just in the Dragon Age series, but also in Mass Effect as well.
It's a fine suit.
The finest.
Break it down, distribute it.
The Viscount requires parade armor for his inspections.
Then stuff it and mount it where he can see it. I wear the uniform of the Guard.
His Excellency will not be pleased.
His Excellency can mount it.
Sticking it to the man.
Trouble, Hawke?
Seems like you have enough.
You don't know the half of it. And why don't you, by the way? Why aren't you tail deep in the problems of this city? Sure, you do good, but petition a title, take a job. The Guard is always looking.
That's a bit harsh, given my record.
Maybe I'm just sick of being the first stop for complaints about people like you.
People like me?
Brand's on about fortune hunters, mercenaries, disreputable professions without purpose. He's a clod, but sometimes, well, it might be good if the city was a little more stable.
Come on now. You'd really prefer the troublemakers stay home?
All right. So maybe I don't want to be completely put out of business. And I don't even really mean you. But some people, they go on without regard and then act surprised when someone starts a circle. There are warning signs, you know. It's worth saying.
Alright, that's kind of the official second act check-in for Aveline there. Okay. And, oops. Didn't mean that, meant the journal. Alright, so, all the companion quests are now gone. We'll give the Lost Patrol stuff off there and finish up that quest. But besides that, it's like the only thing left to us, as far as kind of side stories, is to follow up on Fenriel. We got a note from him a while back, saying that he's been having some very, very disturbing nightmare. So apparently, going over to the Dalish has not fixed his original problem yet. So we'll have to see what else we can do for him. Oh, and so speaking of Fenriel's second quest, let's go ahead and who haven't I had for a while? Sebastian hasn't been in for a while. Let's put him in. Fenris, and why not? We'll put in Anders as well. Having Anders in this quest can be kind of interesting. Oops. No. Cunning. And Constitution. There we go. Haven't leveled up poor Sebastian in quite a while. And willpower. Almost done with Anders' tree. Actually, now that I think about it, I just realized, as much as I want Sebastian in the party, he actually does not participate in this quest. I'll say more about that in a minute. So actually, I need to pick someone else. We'll do Isabella. Quick stop off at the docks. Drop off the information about what happened to the Canary Patrol.
I found your patrol. They won't be coming back.
You have stolen my duty, Basra. We were supplied for this task, but you have done this instead. Take what was meant for us.
Yep. We do him a favor and he accuses us of stealing his job. That's the Kunari. Okay. Actually, since we're just doing odds and ends, I'll drop off the stuff we found to the herbalist as well. I think we may actually complete the his second act quest. If not, we've come pretty darn close.
What makes this relic of yours so valuable?
The same thing that makes anything valuable. Someone's willing to pay for it.
That's not evasive.
Look, I didn't get where I am by showing my hand, you know.
No, your hand isn't what I hear you've been showing.
Andrew's got to get in his shots too, it seems. Poor Isabella's still looking for that lost relic.
Preaching sedition.
Thank
the
you,
Templars would not feel so compelled to use the right of tranquility.
Ah, okay. Only one thing left to find for him. I forget where it is, but if I feel like finding it, I'll do that off camera. Alright, so now we want to go, yes, to Lowtown. And the music tells me I think we're going to get ambushed as soon as we get to Lowtown. Oh, no? Okay. I guess we were about to be ambushed if we hadn't left the docks.
So I hear you think mages should be free.
Everyone should be free, not just mages.
Not everyone's dangerous.
It's not about who's dangerous. It's about having choices made for you. Don't you wish you had the choice not to have lyrium stuck under your skin?
I do.
This is silly. I don't want to argue.
Do you want to guess what color my underclothes are again?
Oh yes, that's much more fun.
So let's see what Fenriel's mother has to say.
Alienages. They're the same everywhere.
Oh, and that's right. I think I remember that not only is he having horrible nightmares, but I don't think he can wake. I think he's stuck in them right now.
I was hoping you'd come. You did so much for my Fenriel already, but... I visited him among the people, but he turned me away. I know the demons still plague him. And now they've taken him. 2 days ago, Fenriel went into a nightmare and hasn't returned.
He can't be woken up?
The Keeper says he is near death. His lips still fog a mirror, but that is all.
Surely there are mages who can pursue him in the Fade.
I have contacted Keeper Marathari. The Dalish have an ancient ritual that might help, but it requires someone Fenriel trusts to enter the Fade to free him.
This is hardly my area of expertise, but is there anything I can do?
Marathari is coming to perform the ritual that will bring Fenriel back. His childhood things here will help anchor him.
The Fade is a place for mages, not for people like you and I.
You'll need someone experienced in the Fade to come with you.
I've already called for the Keeper. We need to begin the ritual as quickly as possible. Would you like to stay here or return when she arrives?
This is too urgent to delay.
You have been far kinder than I had any right to expect.
I came quickly, Ariane. I did not wish to tell you by letter how grave your son's situation is. The magic he possesses makes him what the Tevinters called Somniari, a dreamer. Dreamers have the power to control the beyond, what humans call the Fade. Fenriel is the first in 2 ages to survive.
What can a dreamer do?
Dreamers are unique for their ability to enter the Fade at will, without the aid of Lyrium. In the Fade, they can shape dreams, and even affect the world beyond the Veil. Tevinter Somniari used to enter the minds of sleepers, and slay them in their dreams.
Okay, a little Freddy Krueger action going on there.
Why are they so rare?
Dreamers have great power in the Fade. They attract demons. Luckily, most prove too frail of mind to survive a demon's possession. A dreamer abomination would be near unstoppable.
Is there a difference between the Beyond and the Fade?
They are the same. By either name, the Fade is the realm of spirits, Thedas' heart, while the mortal realm is its strong arm. The demons who live there covet the bodies of mortals and seek to possess them. Only mages ever touch the Fade in a waking state. Others see it in dreams.
What exactly are we going to do here?
The elves of the Dales were experts in the Somniari arts. They could even help those with no power enter the Fade. I have done my best to recreate the ritual. We will use Fenriel's childhood home as a focus to draw him back through the Veil.
Just send me into the Fade.
I told you her courage was legendary.
Now, Ariane, please excuse us. We must prepare.
Oh, of course.
There is more, I must tell you, that is not for her ears.
Is Fenriel in danger?
Indeed. And the danger may not come from what you think. Fenriel cannot become an abomination. The destruction he would cause is unimaginable. If you cannot save him from the demons, you must kill him yourself. A death in the Fade will make him what your circle calls tranquil. He will be no threat after.
I will not let him become a danger.
I wish you luck. Now, gather a team, and we will begin. Choose carefully, for all will face temptation.
I never give in to temptation.
I worry what a journey to the Fade might bring out in me.
I have no desire to explore the Fade, but if you need me, I will go.
Let us begin.
Alright, so I think we'll just keep the party that we have. Is it just me, or does a dreamer in this world sound a little bit like being a dreamer like Zoe in the Longest Journey series? It sounds somewhat similar. Alright, I think we'll keep the party the way it is. Being in the Fade will do something interesting to Anders, and at least when it comes to Fenris, I think he could use a trip in the Fade, kind of see what mages have to go through. Who knows, might give him some more insight.
I had not thought to return in such a way. It is good to feel the breath of the Fade again, not the empty air of your world.
Does that happen to every mage in the Fade?
I am Justice. Anders has told you of me. Come. I sense Fenriel's mind straining. We will not have much time.
So yes, during this quest in the Fade, Anders takes a back seat to the spirit of what used to be called Justice. Hey, and we can have Loco in the dream world too. Who knew? And if you choose to bring Sebastian to Lowtown, he will only be around until you need to go to the Fade, and then he will say that the Fade is no place for a follower of Andraste, and so he will be you will not be able to take him with you. I don't know if that was a story decision, that it was part of his character that he would refuse to go in, or if that's because since he's the DLC character, for some reason they didn't have time to record his lines for this place. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a shame. I'd be curious to see what he thinks about this place, and also how he reacts to what the other characters are going to be facing in here. Now, you can manipulate a lot of objects in the Fade in these rooms, and when I first got here, I assumed that there was some kind of puzzle, so that if you messed around with these in a certain way, you'd be able to unlock something. But when it comes to moving the barrels and chairs around, I haven't found anything that actually unlocks anything. But we do have a small codex here. Mana and the use of magic. Mana is that which defines a mage. It is potential that dwells within a person, but it does not always manifest itself. All men are connected to the Fade. We go there to dream, but only those with this potential may draw upon its power. Mana is, then, a measure of one's ability to draw power from the Fade, and it is this power that is expended in magic. As in all other things, it has limits. Just as a man has the strength to lift only so much weight and no more, a mage cannot work more magic in one time than his mana allows. If he wishes to work magic that would be beyond his strength, a mage must bolster his mana with lyrium. Without lyrium, it is possible for the reckless to expel their own life force in the working of magic, and occasionally, ambitious apprentices injure or even kill themselves by overexertion. From the lectures of the first enchanter, Wenceslas. Good King Wenceslas? Whatever. So, there you go. The in-game explanation for the mana mechanic.
It's rare to see two forgotten magics in one day. It's usually a slow place, the Fade. Not many surprises. I wasn't sure I'd like this one, but it has potential.
The demon of sloth. It exists to make men forget their purpose and their pride. Do not relax around it.
Call me Torpor. I have a proposition that might interest you.
Speak, but I promise nothing.
I trust you're here for the mage, Fenriel. Two of the most powerful demons in this realm are vying for control of him. Sadly, I'm no warrior. I couldn't stand up to them. But if I did, I'd only want the boy's power to secure my position in the Fade.
Don't listen to him. Sloth demons prey on your trust.
I'd be no threat to your world.
What sort of creatures are menacing Fenriel?
There is a demon of desire called Caress. She ensnares him in dreams of bliss from which he will not emerge. The other is a creature of pride known as Rhyme. It offers Fenriel the power to control his life and world.
Is there still time to save him?
He suffers under the demon's assault. Every time they strain his connection to the mortal world, his mind breaks a little further. The pain of it shakes this entire realm.
What would it take to defeat these demons?
They each weave an illusion for Fenriel. You must help him reject it. But be cautious. Shatter the dream too quickly and his mind will break. He must reach the realization on his own.
So if I help you possess Fenriel, you won't attack Kirkwall?
We are drawn to the mortal realm to merge with a living soul. Once I have done so, what need will I have for your people? I merely want power against my own kind.
This is a monster! It asks you to sacrifice an innocent to its ambition.
Ignore this tiresome little spirit. I ask only what it has already taken. A willing merger with a human host.
Do not work with this creature. I will stop you.
And sure enough, if you can see there's both crossed swords, so either you need to fight the demon or you're going to have to fight off Anders. But I don't think we're going to let Fenriel get possessed by a demon, even if the demon claims he doesn't have any ambitions on the mortal realm. There's always the temptation for those demons to try to take over everything that's in the physical world.
I will hear no more of this, demon.
Have it your way.
Like us, it's the sloth demon. He's just like, okay, I guess I'll attack you. So that's, there are several kind of temptation moments, is what I tend to call them. That one is the one for Anders. We're going to see the ones for the others as we go along here. Because we're facing demons, so what else are they going to do besides tempt us? That's what demons do. Beyond the Veil, Spirits and Demons. It is challenging enough for the casual observer to tell the difference between the Fade and the creatures that live within it, let alone between one type of spirit and another. In truth, there is little that distinguishes them, even for the most astute mages, since spirits are not physical entities and are therefore not restricted to recognizable forms, or even having a form at all. One can never tell for certain what is alive and what is merely part of the scenery. It is therefore advisable for the inexperienced researcher to greet all objects he encounters. Talk to everything, even the barrels. Typically, we misuse the term spirit to refer only to the benign, or at least the less malevolent, creatures of the Fade. But in truth, all the denizens of the realm beyond this veil are spirits. As the Chant of Light notes, everything within the Fade is a mimicry of our world, a poor imitation, for the spirits do not remotely understand what they are copying. It is no surprise that much of the Fade appears like a manuscript translated from Tevinter into Orlesian and back again by drunken initiates. In general, spirits are not complex, or rather, they are not complex as we understand such things. Each one seizes upon a single facet of human experience: rage, hunger, compassion, hope, etc. This one idea becomes their identity. We classify as demons those spirits who identify themselves with darker human emotions and ideas. The most common and weakest form of demon one encounters in the Fade is the rage demon. They are much like perpetually boiling kettles, for they exist only to vent hatred, but rarely have an object to hate. Somewhat above these are the hunger demons, who do little but eat or attempt to eat anything they encounter, including other demons. This is rarely successful. Then there are the sloth demons. These are the first intelligent creatures one typically finds in the Fade. They are dangerous only on those rare occasions that they can be induced to get up and do harm. Desire demons are more clever and far more powerful, using all forms of bribery to induce mortals into their realms. Wealth, love, vengeance, whatever lies closest to your heart. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the pride demons, perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. So, another quick reminder of the hierarchy of demons. I think there was a similar tome back in the original Dragon Age as well. And when Grey Warden Vexus was faced by his greatest personal challenge, it was in fact a pride demon that he faced. Alright, let's check out the first of the demons that's tormenting Fenriel.
My people, I present to you our hope. His features may mark him as human, but in his heart beats the blood of the Dales. He came to us to learn his heritage, to release the power from a lineage as ancient as our race.
I don't know what to say.
So here we are in the Fade, well, I should say, the area of the Fade that is partially within Fenriel's mind, and so we have taken a form that his mind has given us, apparently. This is actually the form of First Enchanter Encino, who is the head of the Kirkwall Circle of Magi. We have not actually met him yet. Strangely enough, his form first appears here. But we'll be seeing him later in the act.
This is a trick.
First Enchanter, what are you doing here? Mother told me the Dalish are honorable. Why would the Keeper lie?
Why would she entrust her people to a human?
You are one of us, Fenriel. Your magic will restore our greatness.
But you told me this magic was outlawed for a reason. Even the Dalish don't practice it anymore.
And again, when we're given the options, the Sloth Demon told us that in order to help Fenriel, we can't just all out tell him that he is, being deceived by the demon. We have to kind of logically work around the demon's arguments.
Could the elves trust you with the power to shape reality?
Could
you trust yourself?
Don't listen to him. The First Enchanter is trying to keep you from realizing your greatness.
Trying to keep me from temptation. Just like you were. You're not the Keeper. Be gone, fiend.
You. Why did you interfere?
With my power joined to his, Fenriel would have changed the world.
The boy only wants his freedom, not your power.
Those who are free to choose always want power. You think your friends are different? You think this slave would choose you over his freedom?
Cast your eyes elsewhere, demon. I won my freedom from the Magisters long ago.
But you fear them still. They have left their marks on your body and your mind. With my aid, you could be free forever. You could have power enough to challenge any who would chain you.
If you accept, you are no better than the magistrates.
But to face them as an equal, what would you want from me?
A moment of your time, nothing more.
Oh! And the demon has turned Fenriel against, not Fenriel, Fenris against us. Oof. In fact, so much that they immediately killed us. Ah! Oh, man. That was fast. That's what happens when you beef Fenris up really so that he has huge stats. Okay. Well, that was unexpected, but I can just load and try again. Alright. So I won't make you guys sit through the dialogue again. So I'll just cut back to him when we've defeated Fenris and the demon, apparently. Okay. That time I didn't let Fenris and the demon gang up on me. I was able to take him out pretty quick. I just needed to concentrate all my attacks on Fenris first. Okay. Now let's see what happens. There we go. Just had to wait for the battle to be officially over. Okay. Oh, actually, I guess there isn't a follow-up cutscene. I thought there was, but I guess I was wrong. So, you also noticed that Fenris is gone. That was because when we defeated him, we kicked him back out of the Fade. We haven't made him... You don't make someone tranquil when you do that. Because I don't think in the story we actually killed him. We just kind of knocked him unconscious or something like that. Restrained him. The rules in the Fade are always kind of murky. But it means that we will be down. We're down a party member now. On to demon number 2.
That's it, Fenriel. Hard on the downstroke, then lift. Good. I'll have you scribing all my letters soon. If I'd known you were such a brave lad, I'd have brought you into the business years ago.
Does that mean I can come with you to Antitha, Father? Mother said maybe this summer. Right, Mother?
Yep, now we're taking on the guise of Fenriel's mother.
Your father never wanted anything to do with you. Don't trust him.
Why are you lying to me?
Don't listen, son. She's always been ashamed of you. She wanted you gone, so she could go back to the dailies. I'm the one who loves you.
But... why can't I remember you?
This is a trick, Fenriel. He wants something from you.
Why? That's right. I spent my whole childhood waiting for you.
Your mother never allowed.
My mother loves me. She showed me the letters she wrote you. You never wrote back. And it was Mother who taught me to write, not you. I've never met you before. Who are you?
Don't question
me. You turned him against me.
Complete accident. I was trying to help, honest.
Take away my pets, and I'll take away yours. How loyal are these friends you drag into the Fade? Would your pirate queen stay if the open water beckoned? What do you say, sweetheart? A two-mast brigantine, square main topsail, 100 well-built lads to answer your every whim. I know you've been looking for a stiff masthead.
Oh boy, she's speaking her language.
This is a demon, Isabella. Don't let it tempt you.
Well, if it wasn't a demon, I wouldn't think it could grant wishes.
The Siren's Call 2 awaits in Kirkwall Harbor. I'll be under the firs in the captain's quarters.
I like big boats, I cannot lie.
Nice reference. Yep, okay, so Isabella has been tempted to turn against us. And again, it's probably best that we take care of her first. So, let's see if I can... Yep, I think we were able to take care of her. There we go. Oh, no, one more.
One less to worry about.
And her Spirit Bolt is actually pretty powerful, now that I've used it twice. Explicitly. I'll have to remember that. So, once again, we are down another party member. Now it's just us and, well, I guess to be fair, us and Justice.
I'm not sure if this is real. If so, it is the second time I owe you my life. The Fade feels different now. I see the stitches, the seams holding it together. I feel I could wake at any moment.
He is the one. Oh, sorry, wrong franchise.
Dreamers control the Fade, and the dreams of people in it.
I see why the Chantry fears us. I've heard tales of Magisters who stalk their enemies and use their own dreams to destroy them. You're right. I must master it, find someone to study under. The Dalish do not have what I need. Perhaps Tevinter. If these powers can be trained, it would be there. My mother would not look kindly on such a journey. Can you give her my farewell?
May the Maker guide your path, Fenriel.
Perhaps there is a way out of this. I can do this.
Looks like he's getting the hang of it already.
Fenriel has mastered his powers.
Then he lives. You saved him. I cannot thank you enough. Keeper Marathari, may I return with you to the Sunderlands? I would like to ask for my son's forgiveness.
Of course. It was you who chose to stay away.
He must go elsewhere to train. There is no one in Kirkwall to help him. He asked me to say goodbye.
My son? No. I must find him before he goes.
It is wise for him to seek guidance. Kirkwall cannot provide what he needs. I truly did not think what you did was possible. You are a rare human indeed.
and I must apologize for my weakness. I would have thought myself above such influence.
Does this mean I'm not getting my ship? Bugger it all.
I find there's nothing like being possessed to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Your friends awakened here some time ago. We all have weaknesses the demons find. You accomplished a miracle with Fenriel. This book belonged to the last dreamer of our tribe. It has a rare magic beyond price. Please, accept it with my gratitude.
So, we will now follow up on both Fenris and Isabella. Whenever you have someone who ends up betraying you in the Fade, there is a follow-up scene where you can either call them out on it or make amends. It's up to your choice. And it depends. Some characters are vulnerable to one type of demon. I think roughly half of the companions are susceptible to pride, and the other half are susceptible to desire. So if you happen to choose two that are only tempted by one kind of demon, then you will only get one betrayal. But if you just randomly pick companions and you don't know what's coming, there's a chance that you'll pick one of each among the three that you choose, so that you'll have two betrayals for that one. I was a bit intentional on which ones I was choosing so that I would get two betrayals instead of one, just to get a little bit more character development going. But that will conclude Fenriel's story. I think he'll send us a follow-up letter in the future, but we'll see if he gets a mention in the third game.
Hello? Is Anders there? Can I speak to Anders?
You can stop yelling. It's always me.
Oh, good. I didn't want to talk to that other guy. You know, the stick in the mud.
He can still hear you. Justice and I are one. Anyway, you wanted to talk to me?
Not really. I just wanted to make sure it was you.
Alright, so for follow-up, let's see. I think we go to the Hangman first. Talk to Isabella. Yep, here we go. It's not an official quest, I don't think. Actually, let me check that to see if it shows up in your journal. Oh, it does. Okay, so that it will tell you to follow up on it. I wasn't sure about that. Anyway.
I never have affairs with my crew. Once they see you naked with your ass in the air, they think they don't have to take orders. Men. Oh, you have to be twice as tough to earn half as much respect.
So did the crew member mutiny? I mean, after you... You know.
Oh no. I had the offending member removed. That got rid of the attitude. Oh, look, it's Hawke. We need to talk. Ugh, bugger. I knew this was coming. I'm sorry I abandoned you in the Fade. That was foolish of me. I mean, I didn't even get the ship in the end.
I don't blame you. I understand what it's like to be under the influence of a demon.
You... what? That's it? No angry rant? Are you trying to get me to jump into bed with you? Because it's working.
I don't have to try. I like that response.
Friends forgive each other.
Now you're making my insides feel squishy. Oh, go away.
As much as she pretends to be annoyed. That does give us some friendship points. Alright, and the other apology will be with Fenris. So let's go to his mansion for that. Also, I think I may have passed a tome back here. Fenris's room. Maybe? Maybe? Ah, yes. It's over here on the desk. History of the Circle. It is a truth universally acknowledged that nothing is more successful at inspiring a person to mischief as being told not to do something. Unfortunately, the Chantry of the Divine Age had some trouble with obvious truths. Although it did not outlaw magic, quite the contrary, as the Chantry relied upon magic to kindle the eternal flame which burns in every brazier in every Chantry, it relegated mages to lighting candles and lamps and perhaps occasionally dusting of rafters and eaves. I will give my readers a moment to contemplate how well such a role satisfied the mages of the time. It surprised absolutely no one when the mages of Val Royeaux, in protest, snuffed the sacred flame of the cathedral and barricaded themselves inside the choir loft. No one, that is, but divine Ambrosia II, who was outraged and attempted to order an exalted march upon her own cathedral. Even her most devout Templars discouraged that idea. For 21 days the fires remained unlit while negotiations were conducted, legend tells us, by shouting back and forth from the loft. The mages went cheerily into exile in a remote fortress outside the capital, where they would be kept under the watchful eye of the Templars and a council of their own elder magi. Outside of normal society and outside of the Chantry, the mages would form their own closed society, the Circle, separated for the first time in human history. That's a rather somewhat kooky beginning to what has become a serious rift. But anyway.
I have been thinking about what happened in the Fade. That a demon could have played so easily on my fears disturbs me. I failed you. I won't let that happen again.
The demon was using magic on your mind. It's as simple as that.
And yet she didn't manage to influence you. As for the boy, we shall see what he becomes, and if he regrets the mercy you provided. But that is not important now. Let's just hope we face nothing similar in the future.
So let's hope that Fenris has a little bit more appreciation now of how one can fall to temptation. Not just mages, but people like him as well. Okay, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So all the remaining quests for Act 2, I believe, are focused on the Qunari. And so we're going to end this act with those final quests. But before we do that, I want to be able to do some DLC that also involves the Qunari, because I just think thematically that fits. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end Chapter 6 here, and when we go to the next chapter, we will be beginning the DLC content. So, till next time, fellow adventurers, take care.